Kiki! Kiki! Where'd you go, Kiki?
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Kitty, 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 kitty!
Where are you, Miss Kiki?
Welcome back, everyone. So, in this episode of the bus story, we left our place in Michigan and went all the way down to our little winter home here in Arizona. And we will be sharing more about that later. But first, I would like to introduce you to a special, you could say person in my life, but it's not really a person. It's a cat. And Kiki's saying hi. So, meet Kiki, everyone. This episode is all about how she got out of our bus while we were in transit, and well, you'll have to watch the rest to see what happens. Check this out. We got Kiki back in 2018 and is one of 3 cats that we ended up adopting that year. All of them are siblings, all of them are polydactyls, and all of them are quite special to us. Despite the fact that she lives in a bus, Kiki has always been quite pampered, but she also has an adventurous side. On the morning of November 20th, we started out at a truck stop and then drove 300 miles down to a campground right outside of Phoenix, Arizona. It was there that we realized that we lost Kiki. The very next day, we decided to go 300 miles back to the last place that we saw her. During the trip, I did everything I could to spread the word online. I began receiving all kinds of advice and was thankful for every message. So we're doing lots and lots of things here to try and get Kiki back. Let me show you. We have her litter box out underneath the bus here, along with some of my clothes, things that have scent on it to draw her back in. Okay, there is our bus, and there is the exact same spot that we were parked Wednesday night, November 19th. And on into November 20th. That morning of November 20th, we did see Kiki in the bus before we left. Then we went over there to the fuel island to fuel up. This is when I think she got out. Then we started the bus and moved it over to this propane tank. Then we drove down to our winter campsite. But when we realized Kiki was missing, we came back. Where we are parked here is actually right along Route 66. And as you can see, there is pretty much always a constant flow of traffic around our bus, either going to see those dinosaurs or looking at our bus, or this whole entire area around me is where travelers let their dogs go to the bathroom, that sort of thing. So I don't know if Kiki would actually come out and come to our bus. We think that she might be in that building right over there. So we're trying to draw her back, but with as cold as the temps are at night, I think she's going inside and she might not be coming out. So this stuff underneath the bus might not help. We searched and searched and searched, and there was just tons of places for her to be. We put up some flyers around the truck stop and some food stations around outside. Then all we could do is wait and watch the place fill in at night with truckers and travelers. So the reality is that we are in Arizona, but we are also 6,000 feet up, which the higher up you are, the colder it gets. So when we arrived, it wasn't that bad, but now we are getting into the teens every single night. And to make matters worse, our diesel heater is not running 100% like it should. The issue is that with these cold temperatures and only a half working diesel heater right now, we do have an electric heater we can run throughout the night to help keep us warm. but we have to run the generator in order to run the electric heater. So with this super cold temperature, the heat is just not enough. We actually have to cover all of our windows, which we have these awesome curtains that my mom made, but we also haven't had any up front yet, so we have been improvising. But anything that we can put over top of these open windows actually makes such a huge, huge difference. Okay, so this is the upstairs area of the truck stop. I can only get limited access to it, but let me show you why it's worth checking up here. Other than the fact that there's just endless amounts of places that she could hide, let me show you. This place is heated, and right outside this door here is the truck stop. She could have easily gotten up onto the roof and into this door and could be up here, but there's just so many rooms, so many places she could be. It just is endless. If she's hiding in here, I don't know how to find her. We watched and waited and searched some more, checking our food stations every few days. So a few days ago, what I did is I started putting down food stations, trying to get any kind of a sign that she's up here. So on Friday, which is like 3 days ago, the maintenance worker here had let us into this old abandoned upstairs area of the truck stop and said they've seen cats up there before. It's heated, so it's a nice spot for her to have gone to. So it's very possible that she could be up there right now. But so I went and put food stations out up there in different places, trying to draw her out. And then on Saturday, the maintenance worker was not here. I decided not to go up on Sunday. So this is Monday morning, and I went to find the maintenance worker that had let me up there the first time. He let me up there again today. While I was up there, I was checking food stations, and another guy shows up and starts yelling at me. And he said that he was going to call the cops if I didn't leave right away, and that I can't be up there no more. And I just burst into tears. So I went down and I talked to the boss lady of this place. I don't know. She said it's a liability and there's nothing else that she can do. Her hands are tied, and that I can't go up there anymore. She said I can search the truck stop outside, but I can't go up there anymore. So now I just don't know how to get this cat. Thank you. Alright, so today is day 11 since we have last seen our cat. And unfortunately one of the packages that was supposed to arrive got turned away by the truck stop. So, and that had a live trap in it. We do have a little good news. We did receive a package from the rescue down in Buckeye, and it has a camera and it also has new flyers. So that's today's job. We're gonna go out and replace all of the flyers in the truck stop with these new flyers. So about once a week, this is what the trash looks like here. There's our bus, and here's their dumpster. Well, one of the dumpster areas. And as you can see, it's just overfilling, and it's broken open onto the ground. Now there are these birds, crows or something, that are clearly going after the trash, but this could also be Kiki at night, going up to the truck stop to replace the flyers that we have up with the bright new ones, and hoping they stay there, because last time we put them up around the truck stop, a bunch of them got taken down, so we'll see. The rescue that we're dealing with told me that flyers are actually the #1 way that they get animals that have been lost, that they get them back. So we're gonna put these everywhere we possibly can and hope for the best. Okay, so next we're going to get the bus ready and go into the next town, into Holbrook, and we're going to put more flyers up, and then we're also going to go get some mackerel, and that's our next step. So we're going to head into town now when it's during the day and when she should be sleeping, and then we won't miss her if she happens to come home. So before we go down the road to the next town, we put these up on the back of our bus. Since everyone is already looking at our bus while on the road, we could utilize that to hopefully find our cat. Turning around if we miss it. Oh, this doesn't look bad. That looks good. That looks good. Park right here and go right back out. Oh, yay, that was the easiest. So when we arrived at Safeway, there was already a flyer up here. Some local here in Holbrook actually went around and put flyers up for us. So that's really awesome. Thank you. Oh wait, there's sardines on the top, right there. Excellent. Okay, so good news. We successfully found the mackerel. Okay, next stop is in Tractor Supply to get cameras. $350. We just spent $350 on cameras. Now we have a bunch of tools that we can use to find Kiki, so we are beginning to feel a bit more confident about finding her. Now to get back and put these things to use. So you got that figured out? Or still trying to figure it
I
out?
think I got it. We'll get your laptop out,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll go place them, take a picture, and then we got to come back to the bus, make sure they're in the right spot, and then go
That's
put the
what she was
STs in the
saying.
car back in.
Yeah. All right, now that we're right around sunset, we're gonna go place these cameras.
Now, let it go.
All right, there's dumpster number 2. I know there's people that walk around these dumpsters at night. I've seen them. Workers and otherwise.
Okay.
Duct tape. Okay, all done. Now we wait. We see what we get in the morning. And then we basically do it all over again and assess from there, depending on what we see. So, all right, good night. So it's 11 o'clock at night and we just got a knock at the door and someone from the truck stop found one of our cameras and they, now the truck stop is asking us to leave. This is ridiculous. All we're trying to do is find our cat. So now it's 11 o'clock at night and we were already asleep and there's trucks everywhere parked here and now we have to leave and go find another truck stop or rest area that hopefully we can find a spot to squeeze in tonight, all because that truck stop over there, they just want to be mean to us or something. I don't understand it. Absolutely ridiculous. Plenty of parking here, no reason why we can't stay till morning.
11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock at night. And they tell us to leave. There's not going to be a single spot here. Right there. Okay. So the next day we decided that we had no choice but to go back down to our winter location over 300 miles away.
I said, tell me your story. He took out a notepad and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers and you'll find what you've got.
Okay, so we have arrived at our winter campsite here in Arizona. And when we arrived, the owner stopped by to say hello, and he's seen the flyer up on our bus that shows that Kiki is missing, and he swears that he saw that cat here. Here. Find Kiki, Diesel. Look around.
No.
Find Kiki. Okay, so this is basically the sighting of where she was at. And that day we parked our bus right here. So she could have jumped out right there. God, look. Oh, Kiki's home. I can't even believe this. We got her. Oh my god. Kiki. She's home. Yay, Kiki's home. I know. I know.
You've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other. Like it or not. Stop looking for the answers, and you'll find what you've got.
Good morning, everyone. It's like a whole brand new, bright, sunshiny day, and I can't even stop smiling. My cat is back home. We are all so happy to have them all back together, and we can't believe it. So I thought that I would show you what happened. I know there's a lot of you that are wondering. So we ended up that morning, November 20th, we were up in Holbrook at Hopi Travel Center, and we got fuel. We thought that might have been when she got out, but it was definitely the last time we saw her. When we arrived at our campsite that night, she was gone. We had people watching out for her at each location. We had a rescue working with us, Hart, out of Buckeye, and they were keeping an eye on the Buckeye location, and then we were trying our best finding her at the Holbrook location. And then when we got kicked out of that truck stop and decided to just come back down here and continue our efforts here, I mean, I thought that was it. That was it. There was nothing really else we could do. I mean, hopefully somebody would call and see her eventually, but even if so, how are we going to get her off of that truck stop property without being allowed to go back there? So we just didn't know what to do. So when we arrived at our campsite, the owner, who we are friends with, came back to say hello because we hadn't seen each other in, I think, 2 years. Saw the flyers on the back of our bus, the flyers that Hart had made for us and sent to us up in Holbrook. And he said he's seen that cat. I had to do some laundry late last night, and so therefore I had just figured that as I'm going up to go get the laundry, it's in the middle of the night, and I will just do some more searching with my flashlight and just call her along the way. So I got to about where I'm at now, and I'll show you. Our bus is right behind us. I got to about this point, and I started hearing a meow. And then I shined my light over here, and right here is where I seen her with my light. And it was absolutely 100% her. She wouldn't cross that. So I went and jumped it the same way I'm gonna have to do now. But jumping it scared her. And then when I jumped, she ran off that way. But I was just so glad that she was here that I didn't even care that she ran off. I could then catch her. So I wandered out here and I looked around with the flashlight, kept calling, didn't hear nothing, but I still kept with the flashlight. And right over there, I seen eyes. So I kept calling and wandering towards the eyes, which I tell you what, we're in the desert and we're not desert folks normally, so that in itself is a little concerning that I'm walking towards eyes in the desert, but yep. And then I was hearing her meow and I knew it was her. Right under here is where she was, and that might have actually been her hiding spot for the last 14 days or so. She did come out at night because other people have spotted her and said that that was when they had seen her. They said that she was walking around meowing like she was looking for something, which she was. Our bus, when we lost her, there's the concrete, and basically right across the bamboo wall right there, that's where our bus was. I mean, I think she just wandered over here immediately and then hid in this concrete, and that has been her safety barrier. But right where that bamboo wall is actually that water canal. So she's had water, and she could have survived here because there's a garbage, and there's also like bunnies and mice and just stuff out here, birds she could have hunted. And this area is nice and warm. This is quite literally the best place that she could have been. It was nice and quiet, no traffic, no people, just nice and safe. Amazing. I can't even tell you.